Washington, D.C. Then we showed love to Chicago this week. We're shouting out to ATL. That's right, it's Atlanta week. Ow! All this week, we'll be talking live to our fans in Atlanta and showing them some Valentine's Day love. So make sure you tune in all this week.
Yes, that's right. Now, speaking of tuning in, did you guys watch the Grammys last night? All right. Guess what? Our very own Jeannie was covering the glitz and glam for E on the red carpet. The night started. The night started with a huge surprise as former First Lady Michelle Obama joined Lady Gaga, Jada Pinkett Smith, J-Lo, and the host, Alicia Keys, on stage to talk about the power of music and how it's influenced their lives. It was such a powerful moment, and it was a historic night as well. Because my girl Cardi B made history as the first solo woman to win the Grammy for Best Rap Album. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
I feel like we learn new stats all the time when we see these shows.
She's the first since Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill did it with the Fugees.
Yeah.
And she's the first solo.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy. Childish Gambino, who actually declined to attending the awards, won big as his hit "This Is America" became the first rap song in history to win Record of the Year.
All right.
Yeah. More historic moments. The award for Best Rap Song went to Drake's God's Plan, and during his acceptance speech, he started talking about how awards and award shows don't really matter when he wasn't just played off. Yeah, you guys got to see this. He was actually cut off. Check it out.
If there's people who have regular jobs who are coming out in the rain, in the snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows, you don't need this right here. I promise you. You already won. But
next, a special Grammy performance by...
So, ladies, should they have let Drake finish? I actually don't think they intentionally cut him off.
No, I don't think so.
It looked like
either.
he kind of had to drop the mic kind of a moment and look, because he took a little break. So to me, looking at it, he actually had 90 seconds, and I think it was 90 seconds, and it looked like he was finished.
Yeah.
So maybe they thought
it was a long pause.
They was cutting everybody off last night. I mean, they cut off Cardi B. Remember, they started. If you took a breath, they started playing that old whack music.
And what you're saying is the Recording Academy was very mindful about letting people finish, and as soon as there was a pause, they have to move it along because you guys, don't want something to run so late to miss artists.
It was over 4 hours long, the show.
Yeah, it was long. Exactly. And at the same time, I got his message.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm here for the people. Like, I came up where you guys were listening to me before I was anything, so that's what means a lot to me, not the award. That's no diss. It's just real.
Yeah.
I agree with this, but at the same time, I think there's nothing wrong with awards. I think certain people work really hard, and I think it is nice to be acknowledged and for your work, especially from your peers, guys. This is the thing about the Grammys. You are a part of an academy. People vote. And I think that it's awesome for your peers to vote for you and to be acknowledged. Guys, we got an Emmy.
Yeah, and
I
was
thought that was a really big, special moment. Now, granted, does it mean that when you don't, because if we're honest, we've also been nominated several times, and there were times when we didn't win. Does that mean we were losers? No, I just think that even being nominated is a win. I think being acknowledged is a win. And guess what? Even if you're not acknowledged and you're successful at what you do and you love what you do, then that is a win as well.
Yeah.
But don't take away from the award, because Drake, you were there to receive it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just had a problem with the show. Okay, go ahead.
Well,
okay, keep reading.
Okay.
We're about to get to exactly what she wants to talk about, which is, speaking of the controversy, which is J-Lo, who took the stage to perform her much-hyped Motown tribute alongside Neo and the Motown king himself, Smokey Robinson. Now, ladies, did J-Lo's performance have you dancing in the streets?
Okay, this is the problem that I have with the whole... First of all, it was 4 hours long. They did a lot of tributes that were long. Dolly Parton had a 10-minute tribute, which we all love Dolly, understand that. But notice one thing, Dolly had her and country singers. Then when we get to the Motown tribute, they had J-Lo. We all love J-Lo. And then they threw in Smokey Robinson at the last minute, because I don't care what anybody says, he came in there with My Girl for 30 seconds and they kicked him out. And then, you turn around and you had the Aretha tribute, which they gave Aretha only one song. Now, let me tell y'all something about Motown. I grew up in Motown. I grew up in Detroit. Motown is more than just a song. It's more than just someone singing a song. It was a whole institution. So I think that it was not J-Lo's fault. It was the producer's fault because they didn't take enough time to say, you know what? We need to make this tribute more than just singing to a track and dancing. First of all, Berry Gordy never allowed the female acts to dance like what you saw last night.
Yeah.
That's just truth. He toned down the sexiness and he made it more about, not, being so over-sexualized. He made it more about vocals and class and things like that. That's what people had a real issue with. It's not about because it was J-Lo. It was about the way the whole thing, the tribute was produced, and I think that's what people were upset about. J-Lo, we love J-Lo.
Yeah.
We know she's talented.
In her J-Lo way, and she did a great job.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
but you gotta understand, Motown was a movement.
Yeah.
It showed that black people are just like the majority. It helped to desegregate this country, and it needed more of a better tribute than what we saw last night.
I think she did, like you said, killed the performance in her way, but it was not reflective of
what it truly
Motown
is.
was.
Yeah. And it just goes to show you, it's like, this is why when I say we need a Jamal in every sector, we needed a Jamal at the Recording Academy. So when they said, we're going to do a Motown tribute and we're going to throw in Smokey Robinson, we're going to make J-Lo do it, he going to be like, nah, dog, that might not be good.
He was
at the end.
Like a second.
He was in for a second.
the piano.
Yeah.
He was in for a second.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying.
Dolly Parton had all her people.
Yeah.
She had all them country people. I'm just saying.
What did you think about the Aretha Franklin tribute?
One song.
I thought they killed the one. Granted, I think it should have been longer and it could have been.
Yes.
And they needed people that could sing, so they got a Yolanda Adams. They got Fantasia.
They killed that.
They got
Fantasia, Andra Day, Yolanda Adams. Vocally, you guys murdered that.
Even in the room, you could hear people, because it was so long that people were just talking to each other in the aisles, and you could hear a lot of what you were saying. So I understand what you're saying. At the same time, everybody knew J-Lo did her best in her own style, but you're not wrong, and you're not the only person who thought that way in the room.
Yeah, I want to ask what you guys thought about your favorite Grammy moments. And at Angier, wow, 121 said, Cardi B winning her first Grammy, I was crying for her. Seeing how nervous and appreciative she was shows how much it really meant to her. I watched that, I was crying. Yo, she wasn't even her animated self. She was so heartfelt, and I love that moment.
Grounded,
At Caramel Cat 2003 said, my forever FLOTUS, Michelle Obama, was her favorite moment.
Such a
her
class
presence
act.
alone is inspiring, and she makes a statement before she opens her mouth. When she talks, her style, grace, and class shine through. And then at Baby Nisi 26 said, no shade, but it wasn't the Motown tribute.
But I do want to give a shout out because I think they should have had more awards given out. People work hard, you guys, to make these projects for us, and this was supposed to be their moment. I counted. They only had 3 awards given out in the first hour. I will say, to say something good, Lady Gaga gave a shout out to mental awareness. I thought that was good. Also, this was the first. This was the first Grammys where they had more female than male. They had 14 female acts and 3 male acts. Out of 18. So it was some good stuff, and I think Alicia Keys did a great job. I would have liked them to add a comedic piece to it. That was paying homage to Hazel Scott.
Can I be honest?
The Real Fam also mentioned so many meaningful moments that were happening, because even Mac Miller's mom being there, to, for her son, I was able to talk to her for a moment, and it was such a meaningful celebration in his passing, and also I think the women together, you saw them clan together in so many ways, and all the conversations that were taking place. I think this is going to be a movement we're going to see more women being recognized and more of hip-hop, period, being recognized in the Grammys, because that's not happened for a long time either. And I also really enjoy the tributes, even though maybe they weren't done to exactly people's liking.
They were
Diana Ross, too, was so magical. That moved me to tears. That did.
Okay, Diana said happy birthday to herself. Her birthday is 6 weeks away.
Not.
That's her, but when you're a queen, that's what you do. You're like, I'm do happy birthday myself, even though my birthday. And also, there was a little controversy. I know you want to move on, Rachel. Ariana, when Cardi won, Ariana tweeted out trash. She tweeted out, you know, and then she quickly deleted it. She said it was because she felt the Academy, again, the producers, had flew out Mac Mill's parents, and she thought that that was wrong for them to fly out and thinking that they would win. So that's what she said.
I feel like, guys, it's just an honor to be nominated. It's not just about the win. And I think the fact that he was being recognized and memorialized as well, a part of the memoriam, that should be something that you should say, wow, what an honor. I got to attend the Grammys, even if he didn't win. What an honor that I got to attend there, to be there when they announced my child's
And that's why I'm complimenting Real Fam for counting out those moments. Like, let's not just look at the awards. Let's also look at the celebration, the camaraderie, music coming together, and relieving us of the everyday stress that we've been dealing with for the last year. So I congratulate all the artists that were there.
No political. It wasn't political.
It was not political. Impressive.
Well, someone who's had to face the music recently is Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. Now, Jeff Bezos, in a recent blog post, alleged that the National Enquirer tried to extort him, asking him to pay up or they'd put out naked pictures they obtained of him. The Enquirer clearly expected Bezos. I'm like, please don't release them. I don't want to see them. But anyway, they clearly expected Bezos to keep the details of the alleged blackmail private. But boy, were they wrong. However, NBC News decided to point out a larger issue at hand, that your intimate pictures just aren't safe nowadays. P.S. Are we really learning that, people? Are we really learning that now? Do we need them to give us that heads up? Bezos runs a company that has some of the strongest online security in the world, and it still happened to him, is their point. And if it happened to him, it can happen to you. So, ladies, in this day of age, do you think it's time people just stop sending nude pics to one another? You do, Real Fam? Real Fam.
I don't think that'll ever happen. You actually gave amazing advice on how to send nude pics to your significant other.
So are you ready for this?
Yeah, what?
Guys,
what?
I've changed my mind.
You don't do it anymore.
Well, no, I mean...
What have you changed?
I can't remember what I look like.
What have you changed? What is it?
So this is what I love about this show, is that we have conversations like this, and we've talked about before, you know, do you send the nude text or do you not send the nude text? And I love that you guys get to witness growth, and you can change your mind, and it's okay to change your mind, and I've changed my mind.
Okay.
So what did you change?
So... When we used to have this conversation, I used to say...
Don't show your face.
Just don't show your face.
Yes.
Like you can show...
now you want to show your face?
No. No!
I'm not doing it at all.
Even the hoo-ha can be, you know, noticeable. You know, these days people will say it was, you know, a birthmark or a...
What is it that you're trying to say?
So you're just saying you don't do it anymore at all?
I'm saying don't do it anymore at all, but what I used to say... My thing is this. If it's not memorable enough for somebody to remember what you look like naked, why do you have to text it? Like, I really think about that now. Like, it's
you
okay.
You saying that now because you got to hurry.
No.
Okay, I think it's different when people are dating. You were saying that because you were dating,
now.
and you were traveling.
When you get older, you realize risks more.
Okay, here's the number one.
This is very risky.
The number one thing I think you should just know, America, common sense. I know it ain't that common, but still. Common sense. The second you press send, it ain't just yours anymore. Just remember that, right?
Did you always think that and understand that?
Yes, of course I know that.
You just didn't care?
But that is why when I send a picture that I think is a little...
Because you're dating and you're doing that now.
So you sending pictures to people?
If it's a little saucy for me, then it's gonna be good for you. But I do it in good taste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be.
Do you show your face?
Yeah, but I show things that like are just. I think you can be sexy without showing sex.
Yeah.
Does that mean
legal?
Wait.
Yeah.
Like you got clothes on.
There's ways to do sexy with just like skin or something. I think when you
we ain't talking about that, Jeannie.
We show that.
Straight up, you naked. You showing...
Yeah, we're not even having the same conversation.
Okay, that's why I'm saying I agree that you can send pictures. It just doesn't have to be nude.
We're don't have to be about nude pictures.
Yeah, and I'm saying you don't have to send nude pictures. You can be
So
sexy.
you got hoo-ha pictures out there, you don't?
No, I don't. But I have sexy pictures that give you enough of the...
That's
it's
not
a
hoo-ha
fun little
picture,
tease.
So we're saying... So you're saying we're saying the same thing.
Would you say... Oh, okay.
Tell me, ask it.
Okay, this is what I think.
Well, okay.
My feeling is if you got something to lose, don't show naked pictures. Don't put naked pictures if you got something to lose.